Hey y'all, it's Mandy, the Sleeved Nana. I am struggling today. I'm not even going to try to pretend like I'm not. I'm just going to try to get through this video. This is my third attempt. I'm going to go ahead and tell you my stats. And then I just feel like I want to chit chat today. This is my week 32 update since having VSG surgery with Dr. Rossi in Charleston, West Virginia on June the 24th. Might have been the 23rd. Around about that time frame, y'all. 2020. My high weight was 259.6. Day of surgery, I weighed in at 247.6. Last week, I weighed in at 178.2. This week, I weighed in at 176.8, which means I'm down 1.4 pounds from last week, down 82.8 from my high weight, and 70.8 from my day of surgery. And I have 36.8 pounds to go to my goal weight of 140, given that that stays the same. That number may or may not change just because I am carrying my weight differently now. And also, you know, when I lost weight before, by the way, I have lost a massive amount of weight in the past. But any of my videos in the past, probably just one is all that it takes. You also know that every time I get on here, my house phone rings, and I can't make this shit up, y'all. I just can't make this shit up. It don't ring until I get on here to do this. But anyway, and like I said, this is my third attempt at this video, and it has rang all 3 times. Then there was the deal with the cat had been laying around just chilling, and then when I got on here, he decided to like act like he was possessed by something, turned over a light, and just anyway, when I lost the weight before, I was working out every day, which, you know, I'm about the same weight as I was when I got stalled before, but I look different because then I was lifting weights, running, doing kickboxing, and just all sorts of things that I've not done this time because of weight loss surgery and the lack of calories to supply me with the energy to do those types of workouts. So muscle loss has been a real thing this time, naturally, so hence I look different. And I'll go ahead and say this, since I mentioned that I am about the same weight where I got stalled at before. I would be lying if I said it wasn't freaking me out a little, because I'm stalled at about the same weight again, this time around, even with surgery. And this is about the time that I threw my hands up and said, you know what, if I'm going to be busting my ass like this with all this working out and eating clean and doing all the things and nothing's changing, then just F it, pass me the hot wings and the Bacardi. And that's what I did. Granted, that is not my plan this time. I have no desire to, you know, go to the liquor store. Although hot wings don't sound very bad, but I can fix them in the air fryer now and use my sugar, no sugar added Baby Ray's, and I can have them, you know, guilt free. So The hot wings is not really the issue now. I mean, I can have them. I'm staying away from alcohol for a couple of reasons. There's actually, or absolutely, no nutritional value in them whatsoever. It's just empty calories. Alcohol affects you differently after just weight loss, whether you achieve that weight loss with surgery or not. And that can lead us to making bad decisions with our food. And so I'm just trying to avoid all that together. And you may or may not have heard me mention that I'm not really big on eating sweets. However, when I was drinking alcohol, I tended to like sweet drinks that were packed full of sugar, and sugar is something that I plan to stay away from. I have experienced and had several rounds with dumping syndrome until I narrowed it down and found out what was causing it, and it's not something that I want to go through again, and I know that sugar will do that to me, so I'm just staying away from it in general. I used to wonder like a few times if I had a drinking problem before, and you know, in the end I would say no, I don't. I just like to drink, which, right, I mean, I don't even have to fill in those blanks for you. And I didn't consider myself an alcoholic, but looking back, you know, I know they say hindsight is 20/20. I can't say no with confidence. So I just think that it's best all around if I just don't keep it in the house. Now, does that mean that I won't ever have, you know, maybe a glass of red wine if me and my husband are out for an anniversary or something to dinner? I can't say yes or no to that. Probably no, because I feel like it will give me a stomach ache, and that would be the reason. I just know that's not a good idea for me to keep it in the house. Like, some people can't keep Oreos in the house. I probably shouldn't keep Ciroc or Bacardi or Hennessy or anything like that in the house. Okay, so, and I'm just going to leave that at that, because I don't know what else to say about that, to be honest. Struggling today with some stuff that I'm just feeling like emotional over, and it's caught me off guard. I woke up feeling real indecisive and frustrated, which I think, you know, I just couldn't focus and make a decision on, well, anything, which frustrated me. I went to bed last night feeling, you know, kind of off, I guess you could say. Well, I realized a few hours ago that, and I've been kind of open, you know, well, not kind of, I have been open about my struggle with depression and anxiety, and I am on medication for it. I obviously don't care who knows that. I think that there's been, you know, too much stigma around mental health issues and being on medication for it, which is why a lot of people don't seek the help that they need. So I have been open about the fact that I struggle with it, and I am on Effexor for it. My doctor had me on some different medication years ago. I didn't like how I felt, so I went off of it on my own, which I do not recommend anybody to do. And so I stayed away from medication because I just assumed all would make me feel the way that that did. And so I finally decided, you know, I couldn't handle it anymore on my own, and obviously what I was doing to self-medicate, referencing again the Bacardi and the hot wings, was not working for me. So I finally talked to my doctor, and we decided on the Effexor. Y'all, I have an alarm set on my phone to take that medication every day at 6 o'clock. Yesterday, when my alarm went off, I was in the middle of doing something and told myself I'll take it in just a minute. Well, I didn't. I forgot. And around 11 o'clock last night, I just didn't feel right. 5 hours later, in which, you know, at the time I didn't realize, you know, that I had forgotten the medication. And I just something simple, like I was trying to get my clothes out, you know, before I went to bed, so that, you know, with me trying to do that this morning and my husband going to bed, he works night shift, so I try to get everything out of our room that I know I'm going to need so that I don't interrupt his sleep. And I couldn't decide. I couldn't even think of what I needed last night or this morning. And like I lost it. I cried today because I couldn't focus and decide. And I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? For one, I'm not a crier, but I've cried like 3 times today. And so then I realized when I went to get my vitamins, I said, even then I was like, there's no way missing that 1 dose is doing this to me. So before I called my doctor and bothered her with just that simple question, I decided to do some research on my own. And turns out that that medication is like short-lived in your system, like a short life or whatever. And it can cause you to have side effects like that after just a short while. And so I can look at it, you know, a few different ways. It's, you know, is that a medication that I want to be on that's going to, you know, affect me that way so soon after? Like, what if I'm gone, like away from home, and I don't have it with me? Or, you know, it can make me realize, you know, is that how bad I need this medication? Like, I don't even, like, I can't even focus and make a decision with how I feel about that. Again, this is my 3rd attempt on this video. Well, the cat played a part, but I just feel so scatterbrained. But one of the things that I am trying to do for the benefit of myself is get on a regular, like, sleep schedule. I'm a person that needs some structure for my day. I need routine. I feel I do better with it and feel more productive. But now that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, say my husband would be off the day and he says, well, you know, let's go here at 2 o'clock, and I'm supposed to work out at 2:30 or something like that. I'm not going to turn, you know, an outing down with him because of that. I am able to say, okay, I'll do my workout when we get back. I'm not so rigid with it, you know, in that way, that I don't allow, you know, any spontaneous moments at all. I just prefer to have some kind of structure and some kind of idea about, you know, what my day is going to entail, so that I'm not all over the place. If any of you suffer from anxiety, you probably understand what I'm saying. And because of the schedule that he works and the fact that all of my things are in the room where he sleeps, is why it's hard for me to get in the bed at the time that I want to get in the bed, because there's so many things that I have to get done in the evenings after he leaves for work. It's it's hard to cram it all in 30 minutes. So I'm working on that, seeing how I can get that, you know, to work out for me, rather. Everybody in the house is on a different schedule. My daughter, who's moved back in, she's got her schedule with her classes that she does online and her clinicals. If I already said that, I apologize. Again, I am so freaking scatterbrained today. Then me and my son have our schedule. Then my husband has his schedule. So I'm just trying to find what's going to work for me. I do homeschool my son. It's not the virtual learning how everybody's doing now due to COVID, where they go online with the teacher. The teacher's done the work or the curriculum, and no, I do all of that. I have done it for 5 years now. So trying to just accommodate everybody in the house. It's turning out not to be so easy for me getting on the schedule that I want to get on with my sleep. But I just keep trying to tell myself, you know what, as long as I get the 7 hours that I know from experience that my body needs, that it's not the end of the world. Tell that to somebody with anxiety, right? And OCD. And I just lost it. See, I'm fidgeting with my jewelry today. I'm just reeling in, Mandy. So yeah, I feel like it'll benefit me, and I'll just feel better physically and mentally as long as whatever time I can find that works for me to get in the bed and get up and get my day started, as long as I'm consistent with that it's going to be okay. So I can't get on YouTube or any social media outlet and say, you know, look at somebody who's able to get up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. and do a workout and it be titled, you know, how I stopped being lazy or something, 5 a.m. workout. And I can't look at that, or I refuse actually to look at that and say, okay, well, just because I don't get up at 5 a.m., you know, I'm not going to let that make me feel lazy, because I'm not a lazy person. It's just that, okay, if that works for your day and your schedule and all the things that you have to do, then great, boo, do you. That, however, does not work for me. And like if I would try, you know, anyway, just to get up at 5 a.m. and do a workout, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not that person, okay? Because I don't have great energy at 5 a.m. Now, I'm not gonna say that if I didn't do it consistently that wouldn't change, but you know, in the time given that it takes for, you know, our bodies to adjust to things like that, I'm just looking at the fact, okay, like, how many half-assed workouts have I done during that time? And how many injuries am I going to have in the process? Because I don't feel like I'm at my best to get in a sufficient workout at that time of day. I don't feel like I would push myself the way that I know I can push myself and feel like I accomplished something, other than maybe, you know, a sprained ankle or something. I would love to be able to get up before the rest of the house wakes up, so to speak, and do yoga, meditate, maybe do some journaling, read, have my coffee. I have been attempting to do that. That is one of the things that is in my habit tracker that I started this month. They say it takes 28 days to make or break a habit, and I thought that it was kind of cool that I just picked February to start that, not even realizing that there's 28 days in February. And it's like, you know, my camera died, y'all, sorry. But anyway, I am trying to make it a point to get up and have some quiet time in the morning. I have done that, but not alone, because of course, you know, the cat has to join me, which is fine as long as he's not trying to use my hair as, you know, look at my hair as being his toy or whatever, while I am in, say, child's pose, which was interesting. But I just continued to push through the workout the best that I could and hoped that I didn't step on the little fella, and I didn't, so that was good. But anyway, just trying to get on a consistent schedule, whatever that looks like for me is just what it looks like. I'm not going to, you know, feel less than because my schedule doesn't start at 5 a.m. or my yoga's not being done at 5 a.m. or, you know, whatever. It's more like 7. And then, you know, I have work, you know, myself on top of everything else. And I tell you something that I am also going to have to work on. I tend to kind of, well, yeah, there's no other word for it. I tend to cater to my family. Not because they expect it. It's just something that I tend to do. I have 4 kids. My house has always been, you know, busy. And I think that the thing is with me is that I've just always been so used to constantly doing something or something needing done that I don't know how to not do that. And I need to remind myself, you know, they are grown now and they can do some stuff by themselves. And I do tend to be somewhat of a perfectionist with certain things. Not all things, but anything that is being done in my kitchen, I feel like I have to oversee that. I don't know why. I just feel like, you know, that's my territory. What are you doing in there? Like, put that back exactly where you found it, because if I'm in here cooking, I don't want to have to look for that kind of thing. Again, it's not, you know, that they expect it from me. I just catch myself doing things for them that I need to be letting them do. And it adds to, you know, not my frustration. It's energy I could be putting on something else, I guess. Time I could be spending on something else than I need to be spending on. I never understood before, you know, you hear some parents, especially moms, having a hard time of letting go or not feeling needed. And I was like, girl, what do you mean? Go paint your nails, go take a hot bath. But no, now that my youngest just turned 18 in December, I get it. Like, I understand. I used to say, you know, when people would make the reference of, oh, one day you're gonna, you know, miss those little handprints being on that glass door, and I used to say, no, I'm not. Like, no, I don't want to clean that 15 times a day. I don't miss the handprints on the glass, y'all. I really don't, because I feel like, you know, I really haven't, you know, went without them, because, you know, with 4 kids being stacked, you know, I had, you know, a kid that was old enough to have a kid and still had, you know, younger kids of my own, so grandkids. But I don't know. I've got a screen door now anyway. But I just need to find a way to let go of some things and let them be the adults that they are and walk away and not worry about the mess that's probably being made in my kitchen, and just tell them that there will be consequences if they don't clean it. And stop being so accommodating to everybody else and making myself a priority. It's time. You know, I had my oldest daughter when I was 17, and I'm 44 now, and it's like, yeah, I think I will go take a hot bath. As long as the house don't burn down, don't mess with me. Like, you know, so not to say that I've never done that, because I have, but just, you know, so that you get where I'm coming from. This month, February, I am doing a no spend month. I had a little video of like planners that I'm using for this month that I will insert at the end of this video. So far so good on the no spend month challenge, but you know, today is February 4th, so I'm crushing it so far, y'all. But that's going, you know, I know that's going to go well, because I don't really spend a lot of money anyway. I just tend to, you know, make impulse buys sometimes. And that's what I'm trying to stop doing. Not that I do it, you know, a lot. I'm just trying to change the fact that I do it at all, I guess. What else was there I was going to share with you guys? Oh, some different things that I have been doing with my skincare. I mentioned to my husband that I was going to probably do a video on that, and he asked, you know, did it matter if, you know, that wasn't weight loss surgery related? And I said, well, it kind of is, because if you are already, you know, on the other side of, and you've had the surgery, you've probably seen a difference in your skin. I know I have. I'm 6 months out, or seven. Yeah, going on 8. My God, the time has went by so fast. But I started seeing a difference in my skin as early as like month 3. So there are some things that I've started doing different, and so I will be having a video to share that with you guys. Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's it for this video. No, it's not. I started back on Beachbody On Demand, guys. And if you're not familiar with that, I highly recommend that you get yourself familiar with it. For $20 a month, you have access to so many workouts on there. It really does save a lot of money, you know, in comparison to buying the full programs like on discs or whatever. So if that's something that you want to check out, first stay on YouTube after this video and go to my friend Erin Bailey's channel on here. She's a Beachbody coach, and I'm sure you can find the information on a few of her videos. She mentions it, but she has a Facebook group too. Her name is Erin Beggs, B-E-G-G-S. So get up with her either way that you prefer to contact her, and check out the Beachbody On Demand. And if you're a person that likes to switch up workouts so that you don't get bored with the same thing, I know I prefer that. I think Beachbody On Demand is the answer. So that way you're not buying all these different programs that you're not even sure if you're going to like. You can just log into your Beachbody On Demand account and pull up the video and do a different program every day if that's what you're feeling, if that's what you want to do. If that's your jam, do it, girl. But I highly recommend it. And every day that you log in, it kind of shows, you know, your workouts, like it tracks things. And if you're a person who likes that kind of thing for accountability and it motivates you, then that's another reason that why you should check it out, because that helps me. So yeah, I can't say enough great things about Beachbody. Whenever I lost the weight before that I mentioned, Beachbody was the workouts that I was doing mostly. Then I did incorporate my own weightlifting routine, but with cardio and, you know, yoga and stretching and all that, it's always been Beachbody for me. Thank you, and be watching for the skincare video, and continue watching if you want to see where I talk about the trackers and the journals.